Okay, so now in this video we will add a reload system to our rifle, and also we will add magazines to our rifle. Okay, so in the rifle script right here in rifle ammunition and shooting, let's create a private integer by the name of mag, and let's set this to 15, and above this let's create a private integer again, and let's name this as maximum ammunition. I think it's double M in the start, and the maximum ammunition by default will be 20. Okay, after that we will say private integer. Let's name this as present ammunition, and this will be for now as null. And then let's create a public float by the name of reloading time. This will be basically the time in which the rifle will reload itself. Okay, or you can see the player will reload the rifle in this 1.3 f second, okay, or 1.3 seconds. Then let's create a public pool by the name of set reloading, and by default this will be equals to false. That's it. Now right here in the start, let's create a awake function, and in the awake we will set the present ammunition to the maximum ammunition. So as you can see, the present ammunition is 0, and then when the game start it will be equals to 20f, okay, or 20 bullets if you say. After this, let's go ahead in the shoot function, and let's create a enumerator type function. Let's name this as reload, and let me tell you about enumerator. The simple definition for enumerator will be that it allows to stop the process at a specific moment. Okay, and then if we want to return something, then we can get that we can return something as well, and after that it gets back to the point whenever you need it. Okay, so as I told you, it stop a process at a specific time. Okay, so right here we will stop the time when the bullets become equals to 0, then we will stop the shooting thing. Okay, we will stop that, and we will first of all reload, and after reloading we will continue. Okay, continue with shooting. We will allow the player to shoot again. So right here, first of all, when we are reloading, then what we want to do, we want the player speed to be 0. So for that we will say player speed equals to 0, and now we need a reference to our player script. Okay, and then this player speed. So first of all, right here at the top, right down below, let's create a public player script, and let's name this as player. So now we can reference to anything that is on the player script. Okay, for example the player speed, as you can see right here. After this, we also want the player to not run as well, so we will set the player sprint to be 0f as well, and after that we will set the reloading to true. Okay, and when the reloading is set to true, just for safety, let's put some message in our console, for example reloading. So type debug.log reloading. After this, we want to play the reloading animation, and also we will play the reloading sound as well, but that is for the future. After this, we will say yield return. As I told you, in numerator we can return a thing as well. So right here we will say yield return wait for seconds. We want to wait for some seconds, and that seconds will be the reloading time. After this, we will say animator dot set bool, and right here Actually, we don't have any animation, so for now just skip it. Right here we will deactivate the animations as well, so for now let's just leave that as it is, and then down below let's add bullets to our present ammunition again. So we will set the present ammunition to the maximum ammunition, and after this the player can easily walk again. So we will say player dot player speed, and it is 1.9f, and then the player can run again. So player dot player sprint will be equals to 3f, and after this we will set reloading to false. That's it. Now let's save this, and let's scroll up. Right here in the update before shooting, we will say that if set reloading is false, okay, if the player is not reloading, then we will return, and then we will say that if the present ammunition becomes equals to less than or equals to 0, okay, then what we want to do, we want to call the reload function. So it is a enumerator function. For that we need to type start coroutine. I don't know if I am spelling that right or not, but it is something like this. And then in here we will type the reload function name, and then we will say return. So when it returns, it will go back to the other things, for example firing again. So we have added the reloading. Now let's add the magazine system. Okay, so for that, right here in the shoot function, what we will do, we will say that if the mag, okay, which is basically this mag, we will have a 15, okay, 15 magazines in our rifle. So we will say that if the mag is become equals to 0, okay, it means that if we don't have any magazines, that what we want to do, we want to show something to the user that you are out of ammo or something like that. So for that we will show ammo out text, but let's just leave this for now. And right down below we will say that if the present ammunition is decreasing, okay, so whenever we shoot we will decrease the present ammunition by 1, okay. And after that we will check if the present ammunition is equals to 0, okay. If we have fire all of the 20 bullets, then after that we want to decrease 1 mag, okay. Every time the present ammunition become equals to 0, we want to decrease the mag. So if the player shoots all of this 20 bullets, then the player will reload, and after reloading this magazines will be then 14, and when he fire all of the bullets again, the player will reload, and then the magazine will be 13, okay. So this will work in that way. So let me tell you again what we did right here. First of all, we have defined all of these variables. We add a reference to our player script. After that we created a reload function in which we just simply say that if we are reloading, then we don't want the player to run or walk. Then we set the reloading to true, and then we show in the console that we are reloading. For now we don't have any animation, okay, so that's why we will show in the console that if we are reloading or not, so that we know that yes, reloading is working or not. After that we wait for some second, okay, which will be the reloading time, and at that time we will play the reloading sound and also the reloading animation as well. And when that is done, we will simply set the present ammunition to the maximum ammunition, which is basically 20. We will make the player to walk and run again, and we will set this to false. So now we have a fully functional reload function. Now we need to implement it. So we have implemented it right here. We say that if the set reloading is false, it means that if the player is not reloading, we will simply skip. And then right here we will check if the present ammunition is 0. okay, less than or equals to 0, then we will reload. Okay, and then every time we reload we will decrease the number of magazines, okay, right here. And then if that magazines become equals to 0, we will show to the player that you are out of ammo, but that is for the future. So this was it. Now let's save this script, get back to Unity. Now if we click on our rifle, as you can see we have the fire charge and everything right here. Let's assign the player script. Just simply drag and drop the player game object and it will automatically pick up the script from it, okay. And that is it. Now let's try to play the game, and first of all let me change this into debug mode, okay, so that we can see the number of magazines and the present ammunition. So now let's change to console so that you can see the reloading message as well. Now if you try to shoot, as you can see the present ammunition is decreasing. Now let's shoot in automatic. As you can see it shows that set reloading was true and now the number of magazine is 14, okay, and it shows reloading right there. So it means that our reloading and magazine system is working perfectly fine. Now let's end this one magazine again. Now as you can see it shows set reloading and now the magazine is 13. Now it is 12. So it means that our reloading and magazine system is working perfectly fine. And now in the next video we will add the shooting animations and also the reloading animations to our player, because that is the one thing which is missing from our player, okay. So for that, catch you guys in the next video.